What is up, guys? I am Frosty Osty, and today we're here to do another character profile. This is our first requested character profile from Sinister's Quest. Sinister's Quest is a speedrunner on Twitch, so go check them out there. But my subs get to request previously released characters in Marvel Strike Force for a character profile, and this is number 1. So we're going to talk about Ghost Spider today. So we're just going to hop right in. So, Ghost Spider, name, Gwendolyn Stacy. There has been debate over how to spell Gwendolyn over the last few years, but it is Gwendolyn Stacy, Gwen Stacy. Here's the important note, right? So, typically when I'm talking about, when we're talking about our characters and character profiles, we are referring to Marvel Universe Earth 616. So, the way that Marvel defines the different universes, the different time places, things like that, it's Earth and then a number. So, Ghost Spider is not from Earth 616. She is from Earth 65. So Ghost Spider is a dimension hopper. She has a little, and we'll talk about it here in a bit. She has the ability to swap dimensions. So she ends up in Earth 616 and a few other Earths. But she is originally from Earth 65, which is the Ultimate Spider line with like Miles Morales and stuff. First appearance, The Amazing Spider-Man number 31, 1965. That is Gwen Stacy. So I wanted to point that out because Ghost Spider is Gwen Stacy become Spider-Man, right? So Gwen Stacy first appeared in 1965, forever ago, and she was Peter Parker's original girlfriend even before Mary Jane. So this is from quite a ways ago. First, so I put Spidey appearance. So her first appearance as Ghost Spider, Spider-Gwen, is Edge of Spider-Verse number 2 from 2014. So that's some good stuff. Powers and abilities. So she has all the powers of Spider-Man. It's kind of just the regular run-of-the-mill Spider-Man powers, most notably the Spider Sense. So Spider-Man has heightened agility, strength, things like that. But yeah, so the Spider Sense is sort of the main thing. It's their alert from danger. So Spider-Gwen definitely has some of that. Aliases: Spider-Gwen, Spider-Woman, and then of course Ghost Spider. So she started out as, and it's funny because when she was released in MSF, everybody was debating on what she's called or why she's called. She actually was Spider-Woman before anything else, right? And obviously there is a Spider-Woman, Jessica Drew. But yeah, so she was Spider-Woman first, and then people started calling her by Spider-Gwen. Everyone started calling her by Spider-Gwen, and now her release is Ghost Spider. So that's what it's going by now. She's also referred to different variations of Ghost, like Ghosty and things like that. Affiliations: Spider Army and Web Warriors. She's also part of the Order of Spiders. She's pretty much a part of any multi-dimensional Spider-Man team. It is what it is. Background: she's from Forest Hills, which is a neighborhood in Queens in New York City. So pretty good. So I'm going to start on these. I'm doing a new section called Who Died, because you can't be a superhero without somebody dying. So in Spider-Gwen's case, she had Helen, Stacy, and Peter Parker, her mother, and Peter Parker, her friend, who died to make her who she is, right? Because you can't be a superhero without dead people. Web shooters. So a neat fact. So after doing some reading, one of the coolest things about Spider-Gwen is that she got her web shooters from Janet Van Dyne, the Wasp. And they're probably the most effective web shooters. Besides, Tobey Maguire's organic stuff, her web shooters take moisture out of the air and refill themselves, so she doesn't have to swap cartridges like everybody else. So that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool little tidbit, something that makes her different. Kung Fu Ballet. So Ghost Spider doesn't actually know how to fight. So it is canon that she actually has no idea how to fight. She learned ballet, and she mimics her moves from Kung Fu movies, but she actually is not trained to fight in any way, any sort, way, or capacity. She literally uses ballet, things she's seen in Kung Fu movies, and the Spider Sense to actually fight. So as far as the Spider-Man characters, she is the least effective at the fighting, which is just kind of funny. All right, relationships. Peter Parker, friend. Miles Morales, romantic and practical. George and Helen Stacy are her parents. So I'm going to get into the Peter Parker relationship. So Peter Parker obviously is Earth 616 Spider-Man. He's the Spider-Man in many of the universes. Really, when you think of Spider-Man, it's Peter Parker. So there's a lot there with Peter Parker. And she runs into Peter Parker's different dimensions that are Spider-Mans. But in Earth 65, Peter Parker is not Spider-Man, right? So that's the another thing you have to, when I talk about some of these characters coming up, realize that in Earth 65, they're completely, everybody's different. There's very few people that stay the same. So yeah, Miles Morales, Spider-Man, they work together for a while and then they get romantically involved. And then George and Helen Stacy are their parents. I think I talk about her mom's death a little bit later, but Helen Stacy dies at a young age and George is raising her. Notable events: Peter Parker, the Lizard. So, Peter Parker the Lizard. So, Peter Parker, Gwen becomes Spider-Gwen, and she starts showing off. She doesn't really care about helping people. She just likes the attention that Ghost Spider gets. So, she's kind of showing off or whatever, and then her dad, who I believe in this universe, he still works he's still a police chief, but he points out, after seeing Ghost Spider on TV, he's like, man, she could do some good if she actually, tried to help people. And that was her first indication to try to start helping people. And then Peter Parker became obsessed with Ghost Spider and wanted to be something similar. So Peter Parker develops a lizard formula to try to make himself super so he can be more like Ghost Spider. And they end up in so he freaks out and he's trying to do some good and he destroys a bunch of stuff and they get in a fight, Ghost Spider and the Lizard. And then after the fight, it seems like, so this is debatable and it's been hinted at in recent comics that either he died from the chemicals of the Lizard formula or Spider-Gwen beat him so bad that he died. So when you hear, think about it from Into the Spider-Verse, when she talks about how Peter died, actually what it's playing with right now is that she killed him. So it's still up for debate, but that is part of it. Gwenom and her extra powers. So all of the spider people at one point or another kind of run into the symbiotes and kind of make a symbiote. In Earth 65, the symbiote is actually made from the Lizard formula and some other stuff. It's Earth grown. And so Spider-Gwen loses her powers due to a devil glove. Somebody grabs her head and steals her powers. They steal the people's youth with it. They stole her power. She got powered down. And after she merged with the symbiote, she got her powers back. So with Gwenom, she got all of her powers back, most of the run-of-the-mill symbiote powers, but also she got Lizard's power of healing. So she can lose arms and stuff like that and actually grow them back, which is pretty sick. And I think currently in the canon, she's Ghost Spider, but she has the the Venom symbiote. It's Eddie Brock's symbiote mixed with the Lizard serum to make this version of the symbiote, and that's how she actually maintains her powers. So that's kind of cool. Dimension traveling pendant, very similar to Deadpool's belt that lets him time travel and stuff. She has a pendant that lets her swap between dimensions at will, which is really cool. She got it. I can't remember who she got it from, but yes, that's how she does it. It's a pendant, and she swaps it from being a necklace to being a bracelet. But that's how she gets around. And I bet we'll see that in Across the Multiverse, or Across the Spider-Verse. All right, so power level. So the way this works is I like to give a clarification as to how strong or how weak a character is, kind of based on this chart. So multiversal means that they are a threat to existence itself if they so choose. Universal means they can take down their universe and maybe hop over to the one next to them and take that out as well, kind of one at a time situation. Cosmic means like global bodies. They can take out planets, something that's large. Nuclear means they can take down something the size of a city, something nice and strong. And city means they're strong enough maybe to take out a wall at a time or something like that. City's kind of a really big catch-all. And then Greg is the undead Asgardian that Hela spawns in Marvel Strike Force. And there's a pretty good chance I could take out Greg myself, right? So Greg, I'm putting him at normal people power. So for Spider-Gwen, she is city level. All the spider people are city level. they can do, you know, 1 to 4 people at a time combat. Spider-Gwen is maxed out at 10,000 pounds. Yes, she can hop to different universes, but that doesn't affect her power span. She doesn't have any like large AoE attacks or anything that'll level anything crazy. So she is a very high-end city level character. And she's kind of badass, right? So that's Ghost Spider. I called her Spider-Gwen a whole bunch, but that's totally fine. So it's Ghost Spider, Earth 65. Let me know in the comments if I missed something, if you liked something that I did, what you think. If you like using Ghost Spider in Marvel Strike Force, just let me know in the comics. In the comments. Yeah, so let's comment, let's subscribe, and hit me up if you've got ideas for some other ones too. That would be really cool. Check me out on Twitch. I do Twitch Sunday mornings, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'm there every week. I'm trying to do a character profile every week if I can. So come hang out. It's Twitch TV, Frosty 0232, and come hang out. We have a good time. So thank you all for watching, and stay cool.